Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the east side of the Bay Bridge in Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the New England Patriots.
To the Madden20 H2H.
Here's Steven Gostkowski now to kick this one off. And off we go from Oakland. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
As well as Madden 21 that I'll be doing a giveaway on the release of Madden 21. So you guys turn that bell on for all notifications so you guys don't miss that giveaway that will be coming on the release date of Madden 21. Hope everybody's having a great weekend as well. This is Madden 20. Let's see what we can do today, guys.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Now, 180. 51. Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Check 3.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Watch the out. Watch the out. Watch twist right.
On second down, Jacobs. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On first and 10, here's Carr. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Kyle Van Noy gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
How you doing, man? Yeah, I'm early grinding today, bro. I got to make up for time lost, bro.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Throwing now is Carr, and he's going to go down again. Kyle Van Noy picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Man?
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
6-18.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
That Shadow of the Tomb Raider had to be pretty fun, huh?
They'll run it here. This is James White. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
I didn't even do a sound check, bro. Can you hear me pretty good?
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It's a loss of 2.
Cheating like crazy, man. That game always cheating on you. What's going on, Queen? How you doing?
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
No, man.
55, my God, 55. Old 50.
From the gun, it's Brady.
Don't do it. Let's go.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it
Just chilling.
results
I
in a
can dig it. I
sack.
can dig it.
Cleveland Farrell
Just
able
like
to get him
when
down
he
for
was
a
Brady.
loss of 11,
Just like
and
when
it
he
brings
was.
up 4th down.
Oh yeah, the queen is here, bro. He's going for it. He's gonna try me.
So still a scoreless game in the
All right,
first,
thank you,
but
bro.
they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They do go for it. It's Brady.
I knew he
And
was
able
gonna
to find
catch this shit.
Dorsett. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort. But on 4th down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort picking up the first.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
Brady's throw there complete. Call it no gain there on the first down play.
2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line.
No score after 1 on EA
Downfield
Sports.
plays, man. Giving up that big play.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. You don't see that a ton, do you? With the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a
Tyrone,
ton
did
of
you watch
confidence
SmackDown last night,
to feel
bro?
like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Go. Here we go, D.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete. It was Darryl Worley there to knock that one free.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the
He's
incompletion.
going all that to keep the. Wow.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And
Man, I
the
don't know what
Patriots
the hell
jump
they
out to a
doing, Big E and
3-0
New Day.
lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some
At this
action on
point,
the
WWE
scoreboard.
just need to turn them
with the
heel.
field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Yeah, he lost to him. It was a good match. I don't think it was as good as their first match, but it was decent.
The Raider
AJ
offense
beat him
set to
fair and
get
square,
this
the
drive
way it should've
started.
been.
They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't as long as you're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency
Sasha
to
and
be a
Bailey
little bit loud.
was on a
after
moment
they
of
take
bliss.
one away,
That's what I like to
but they
call
also have
a
tendency
moment
to
of
gamble
nothing.
a little bit more, thinking they'll get a
That's
second
exactly
one.
what it
Maybe
be.
they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Nothing.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, let's get this. Check 37.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. 7 yards on the pickup there.
Let's
That'll
go,
leave it
Jacobs.
with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Tight end's right. What's tight? Tight end's right.
From the 41, Carr. This will be Carr. Tyrell Williams.
That's for you, Tyrone. Let's go.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell
He said he
Williams.
walked away from the
59 yards.
TV.
And
You
the
see
Raiders
Bailey.
have taken
Man, I
the
like
lead.
Bailey, man. I like this heel gimmick she doing better than
Extra point by
anything she
Carlson,
done
up and
since she's been on the
good.
main
And
roster.
that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right?
Oh, yeah,
in this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
51. Got one. I got one. Out. Hey, check it.
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michelle. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report.
80 weapons. Let's go on. No, 66. 72.
From the 41, Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Shadow.
We own it.
Hey, Alpha.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady.
Let's go.
And that will be incomplete.
Don't play with me,
Problems
boy.
on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Let's go.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
51, Mike, 51. Quit talking about it and bring it. 51. Hey, Raider 2. Come on. We do it.
From the 17, Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Yeah, that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Man, we'll punt it.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Back deep for the Patriots, Gunnar Olszewski. Pulled in at the 24. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, Well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Wait, set. Wait, 20. I almost got your left because I'm about to take you to school. Regular.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
All day. Hey, Alabama.
Looking to throw again on second down. Brady. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. He was looking for Edelman there. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up second and 10. Throwing again. Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lawrence Guy. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
With the score, Raiders 7, Patriots 3.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
I just can't wait till this game drop.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Brady. It's coming, and down he goes. Will Compton leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half. Still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work. While they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Lawrence Guy able to bring him down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Jones has it, and he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
That throw by Brady incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Brady gives this to White. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. Going deep here for Adelman. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
Brady not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it here on 4th.
Hey, wahoo!
I ain't finna show you that this time, player. You're gonna have to figure it out now, buddy. Let's go.
Alert!
They'll try and throw for it here.
Nothing.
And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. 93. 93. Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
On 1st down, Jacobs. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Finish him.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Carr. He completes it to Jones. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker.
93. Hey, echo.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Kyle Van Noy in on the stop. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Hey, orbit.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Easy, kill.
Shotgun now for Carr. That's complete to Richard, the running back. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
You better be ready.
Carr gives to Richard. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal now as they look for that final dagger. They'll run it with Jacobs. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line.
Start burning.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll run with Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Just like that, I guess he's going to tap out, guys. He gone. He is gone.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the east side of the Bay Bridge in Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Now, you want it?
Check 56. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
Express. Hey, 734.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
All right. Let me get situated, man. Step out. All right, Tyrone, you said that's crazy. Yeah, man, you already know, bruh. I'm gonna large subscriber.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Hey, we're good, we're good. Right 85. Ready 9.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He's got a man. It's Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. So opening drive 3rd down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, and the ball should be there. And then they can do some work afterwards.
Jacobs now. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Let's go.
From the 38, Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 43.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys that we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Delta.
On 2nd down, Richard. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 34 yards there and a 1st down. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. 2nd and goal from the 1. One more time with Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. punching it in from a yard away. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland.
What's good, James? How you doing, man? I'm great, man. Hope all is well with you, bro.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Man, screwed me in.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Diesel, boy, you just hit 100 subscribers, boy. That's big for you, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to Queen of One. She just reached 100 as well. That's big.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So you living.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Blessed, bro. We're living in these times.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Hey, man, I know y'all tapping in. I'll be giving away a copy of Madden 21 on the day of release, so you guys be on the lookout for that. Just want to do a little giveaway to all my subscribers.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory.
I know most of you on PS4.
Down at the 33.
So I'll probably give it away on PS4.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara.
So y'all be on the
He's
lookout.
tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
From the 24, Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
Ready.
Shit, shout out to you too, Tyrone. Are you almost, man, you would probably be 2,000 subscribers for the end of the year, bro.
It's Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints
So
touchdown.
shout out to you, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
A 15-yard touchdown run as they are now
wait till
on the
one day I
board
get
here in the 1st
1,000
half.
subscribers.
Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Carr caught by Jones. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, The defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Let's go, D.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He'll find his running back. It's Jalen Richard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in a shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Demario Davis there on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
What's good, Craig? Oh yeah, man, it's Madden, bro.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Throwing on second down. Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
694.
On first down, Jacobs. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Yeah, I
Tough running
appreciate
there.
you, man.
That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
At the Saints' 36-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch 54. Go on. Come on, D.
Express.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Carr now to throw. Complete to Jones. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 26.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Carl come up here with a 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far.
Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4. Okay, double up, double up, double up, double up.
From the gun, it's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up.
Better get something, take it to the half, man.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Richard. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Carlson able to put this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Man, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away.
I didn't even know that.
That'll be taken in the end zone. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taking a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
It's work life, man. Trying to work. It's hard, bro.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara.
Yeah, you're right. I know
it's taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Ready. 5-9.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo.
Breeze to throw on 3rd and 1. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop,
so Craig,
he hits all
chat, man.
towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
He's got Smith here. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
Ready. Yellow waiting. Easy, opposite.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Maurice Hurst, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. To try again after the sack. Breeze, he gets it to Thomas. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 54 yards. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. But yes, Michael Thomas is a volume receiver, but he can also make some really big plays, especially with Drew Brees throwing the football.
I love the way you described it. Volume receiver who could also make big plays. In other words, if you underestimate him, he'll run past you or he'll just jump over the top of you and continue to make those big plays.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10.
Oh, you're not a gamer?
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
All right, boy, we gotta get something going, man.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us.
Man. That's
and
what's up, man.
sometimes they
God
throw in
bless
that
you,
big
bro.
chunk play right away.
Most people in this world
Try and get
man.
after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Throwing now is Carr. It's a screen to Richard. A good first down call as the screen play gets them 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1.
What down? 280.
54 Mike. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. It's caught. Jones. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
You're mine.
I'm coming after you.
Hey, Charlie.
Come on, switch it.
On the ground, Richard. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Jalen Richard, the ball carrier. Alex Anzalone on the tackle.
No chance.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Raiders 10.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's bring it. Bring it. Let's bring it.
They'll keep it on the ground. Richard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
6-yard line.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
93. 93. Get down.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's got his man. It's Williams. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 33.
But we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is, and running back dropped it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Let's go, baby.
Complete.
Touchdown, Raiders.
Into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller, 28 yards, and the Raiders have retaken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good, and it's now 17-14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Breeze. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run. This is Kamara. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Again, it's Kamara.
Damn,
and some room to work. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Kamara. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Breeze to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. To throw is Breeze. The open man is Smith. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll run it with Kamara. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow, wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got... Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That'll be complete to Cook. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly.
Wow.
And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, 7:34. That's it.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Vontez Burfict, the one to get him down. And now we'll get a timeout here.
Good
They're
game,
able to
CJ
stop it
Jones.
with 1 second to go in this
42-34.
game.
Got the big man. Oh, he trying to add inside the end. You're not scoring, bro.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. Little insult to injury
Like
here
you
late
got
in the game.
You had to work the whole game.
And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the
People
kickoff.
do stuff
I'm
like
right
that.
there with you,
can tell
partner.
they ain't
At the
gonna
end of
win.
the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Oakland, we sign off. So long, everybody.
I'm gonna keep this thing going. I don't know how long, bro.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the east side of the Bay Bridge in Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5. Yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Now, 180. Check, 9. Hey, Zoo.
Carr now on first down. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Hey, exit.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
First and 10 at the
From the 32 now. Here's first and 10. Here's Jacobs. Fights off the defender. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
A pair of first downs gives him a first and 10 up at the 44. This is Richard. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
If you're new to the channel, please be sure to hit that like button, comment, subscribe.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is first and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now a handoff to Richard. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a second and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it in.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a third and long.
637.
Shotgun now for Carr. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. Carr going to go on fourth down. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs.
That is not how we need to start this game.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. That's caught. It's Coleman. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8. Kyle Shanahan's made the decision. They're going on 4th down. Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. Flush to his right. Got his target, Samuel. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
We're scoreless after 1.
Here we go.
Let's go, deep, tighten up. Let's go, deep, tighten up.
Hey, gun.
Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
I can't help it, partner. I love backs who have a lot of burst.
Yeah, they ran the toss play. By the way, sometimes you'll hear toss and pitch used interchangeably, but that was the toss.
Well, for me, a toss, quarterback takes the snap, turns around, tosses it to
like
the tailback.
Egg underhand.
Yeah, like an egg underhand, really with 2 hands. And a pitch, usually like you're running an option-type play, and you pitch it out there to the trailing back.
Goes end over end like a field goal.
Yeah, where you turn it over, make sure that thumb turns down and the ball flips end over end slowly and delicately to your running back.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 48.
Carr now to throw. This complete to Jones. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4 down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Here's a give to Richard. And he is in. Touchdown.
Raiders.
Jalen Richard, 38 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. So they went to the ground game on third, hoping to pick up the first. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, third down. They don't care that it's third and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call a running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up, because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Here we go.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. On 2nd down now, it's Coleman. Well, he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now Garoppolo. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Bring it.
Hey, high 7. White.
Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick, make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaunt, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Looking to throw, Garoppolo.
What was it?
Going to be incomplete.
Man, that was my peak, man.
Contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Alpha.
Mike 51. Check back.
12.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And able to haul it in as Kittle.
Bullshit, man. That last place would have been peak, man.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, 67 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Mike 54. Watch the pass.
Now on 2nd and 13. Carr. Caught by Jones. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here we go.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He'll find his running back. It's Jalen Richard. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective third down play to move the chains. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
When everything is in sync on defense, that means everyone's communicating really well, and sometimes it's nonverbal. They just know that when a receiver's in one spot, this person may have him, and he's in another spot, the next defender may have him. And they've squeezed the passing lanes down to where it's so difficult to find an open area to deliver the football. They've made it tough on them all game long.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Now a play fake here on first down. Taking a shot for Samuel. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 65 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now Carr, he's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Back now in the East Bay. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. Carr now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Carr finds Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They come out here in the eye. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now a carry for Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are back within a single score.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go.
That's my second
It certainly
pick.
does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
He's going to air one out.
How did he drop it?
Defensively.
There's
Could have
three.
been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Eric Harris who picks it. With a
Let's
great
go.
return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 21.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to fourth down.
Man, trying to screw.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
29. Hey, box drop.
They go with Jacobs. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
No lack of guts at all on that one. Normally in this situation in the red zone, that type of play isn't run, but I think they're trying to catch the defense off guard and also break tendency. No one really runs that type of a play. Guess what? We are. Let's see how you handle it.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
What now? 280? 734.
Let's go. Check safety. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Check 26. 808.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Back to throw, Garoppolo. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go.
Check 55. Time to go. Night.
12, fellas. Here we go. Hey, let go.
To throw is Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. First down marker at the 31. It's third down. Garoppolo looks to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down.
Let's go.
11. Hey, orbit.
All day, every day, any day.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Got a man. He finds Sanders. Not often do fourth down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. Well, when they kept the offense on the field, you saw the face I made looking at you like, what are they doing? How did they do that?
Yeah, that's almost a miracle, isn't it? Because the two of us have talked to play callers, and every time we talk to them about going for it on fourth and long, they give us that same look you just gave me. And they always say, I don't have that call on my play sheet, Haas. We just don't have that one. Well, apparently he did, and they got it.
And in overtime, wow.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway, except for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The product of Jersey City, Tahir Whitehead on the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
After the sack on first down, Garoppolo. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. And they need 5 yards on third down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Well, they only need about a half a foot. It's overtime, but they're back in their own territory.
And you know those decision makers that are battling inside the head coach's mind right now? One saying, hey, offense is pretty good. Other one saying, no, rely on your defense. That's what you got to decide in this situation. Where do you have the confidence? That determines what you're going to do.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
Let's go get it, boys.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. Give them 12 yards that time at an Oakland 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Hey, down. 180.
Wants to run.
Done. Later one. That's it.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Right there. 54.
What can Carr do now with his drive? Complete to Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 49-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. They've had some success here in overtime of this opening drive running the football right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
Express. 185. 280.
They'll run on 1st down. Richard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw with Carr. Jones has it. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Check time.
Hey, Charlie. 280.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland 1st down.
We got this.
1 overtime. How about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that 2nd overtime in just a moment.
Down. 280.
Check line 54. Line 54. In the face.
On 1st down, Richard trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Niners' 28-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Richard, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
Dang.
Down. You 180.
54 Mike. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's
White. Check 3. Watch twist.
On third down. It's Jacobs. And yet again, nowhere to run. This time maybe we'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and that changes everything here in OT. Well, when you get that ball in OT, that's not the chance you envision, and the long field goal attempt here winds up lacking.
And you don't want to hang too much of this on your kicker, but he's going to leave you in a tough spot as well because you give your opponents excellent field position to start their first drive.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They will run again with Coleman, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Overtime with 2 minutes to play. We are in sudden death, but still all tied up.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
On second down, it's Coleman. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Coleman on the toss. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Oakland, we sign off. So long, everybody.
Damn, man, we supposed to have
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the east side of the Bay Bridge in Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the San Francisco 49ers. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Now, Mike, 54 is Mike. 180. 180, we're good. 185, that's it.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Got a man open, it's Darren Waller. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Switch gears.
On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 38, Carr. He'll find his running back here, Richard. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 24-yard line.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Here's Jacobs. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Touchdown, defense. Check nickel.
93.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Open man is Bull. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. So here's a first and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, 47 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing on first down is Carr. That's complete to Richard, the running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Carr will come up here with a first and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Carr gives to Richard. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
To throw his Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
Carr completes it. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Carr. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 12-yard line. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get... And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is a defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 18 yards, first down Niners.
And the 49ers first down.
Here we go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
We ain't giving up nothing.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. It's caught by Sanders. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line. They'll run on first down. Coleman. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Here we go. Wait.
On first down, here's Breida. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Breida, he'll try the right side. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Kyle Juszczyk as the first half is winding down as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Check 31. 9. Express.
You got motion man. You got motion man right there.
To throw again. Carr. Waller taking it in over the middle. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. far now. Only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, exit.
The final shot here before half for Carr. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Garoppolo on the draw to Coleman. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
Here we go.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And Sanders has got it complete. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fade. Sometimes you make one step to the outside and break it inside. Really well-run route. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up?
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Past the 20. All the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Josh Jacobs, 77 yards. As his guys are able to regain the lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. As an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free.
Weak-ass
The
zone
20,
play.
10, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Gold with the extra point, and we are tied at 21.
Should have been in that formation, man.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Monday, down. 180.
Richard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. To throw, it's Carr. This complete to Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Second and 5 at the 44-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass.
637. Hey, Haywood.
On the ground, Richard. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Man, I got you. Man,
Hey, high 7.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Jacobs now. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They face a second down, but they are in field goal range. On second down, it's Jacobs, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. On third down, here comes Jacobs. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on first and goal. Here's Jacobs on first and 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs taking it in. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down here in a one-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. Back to throw. Got the connection here to Bourne. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 39. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on second and 10. On second down, a run with Breida. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Now Garoppolo. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. It was Darryl Worley there to knock that one free. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, 49ers.
Here we go. Like 20. You won't get this, boy. You think you won't get this?
One final try now for Garoppolo. And he's going to be taken down here. A A sack back at the 32. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. But, Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming, the Hail Mary. They just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long and see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders are winners here as we say so long from Oakland.
Man, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. This has been a pretty good stream for me. I went 2-2, but it's all good. I will be back later on today, maybe possibly in the late afternoon, evening time, with another live stream. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe. We're on the road to Madden21. What I'll be giving away live here on my channel. Joe Smoke, what it is, man? How you doing, bro? It's been a pretty good early live stream for me. I'm about to get ready to end, man. I'm doing good, bro. But yeah, be sure to check out Queen of the One. Check out Joe Smo, Negro Sport League. Check out my boy Tyrone Morgan. They all do their own thing with the live streaming. We all trying to grow together. Be on the lookout for the Madden21 giveaway too, Joe. I'll be doing a video on it pretty soon. I'm gonna be giving away a copy of it on the day of release of Madden21, so be on the lookout of that, man. I'll see you guys later on this afternoon. Have a good Saturday, guys.